Pam Bondi stands in the eye of a political and legal hurricane, as the saga surrounding Jeffrey Epstein continues to cast a long and ominous shadow over American institutions. Now serving as the nation's Attorney General, Bondi has been a vocal figure in the Epstein narrative for years, long before she ever held the Justice Department's top job. Her early calls for transparency in the Epstein case won her praise from victim advocates, media outlets, and even some lawmakers across the aisle. She positioned herself as a champion for truth in a case riddled with power, secrecy, and scandal. But all of that has shifted in recent weeks. Nearly 3 weeks ago, the Department of Justice, under Bondi's leadership, issued a statement confirming what many had already assumed, that Jeffrey Epstein died by suicide. The DOJ declared that no further records related to Epstein's death or investigation would be released to the public. The reaction was swift and severe. Critics, from journalists to politicians to survivors, advocates, erupted in outrage. Many pointed to Bondi's previous pledges for transparency, arguing that the government's sudden decision to shut the door on further disclosures betrayed the public's trust. The backlash has become a full-blown firestorm, and at its center is a woman once hailed as an advocate for justice. Now, Bondi finds herself answering hard questions from both sides. Why was the investigation abruptly closed? Why were requests for the infamous client list denied? Why are vital records being sealed away under layers of red tape? Why the silence, now? It's a stunning reversal for Bondi, now 59, who built much of her national profile on standing with survivors. But as the legal walls have seemingly closed in on the Epstein saga, she's become a symbol of the very opacity she once condemned. The core issue remains: Epstein may be dead, but his legacy of abuse, and the questions surrounding those who allegedly aided, enabled, or participated in his crimes, live on. The case has never truly left the public eye, and each time it resurfaces, the hunger for answers only grows stronger. Rumors, speculation, and conspiracy theories continue to swirl. Whispers of high-profile names. Hints of elite cover-ups. Speculative reports about celebrities, politicians, and business moguls with connections to Epstein. The American public, and much of the world, wants to know who else was involved, and why justice has remained elusive. Bondi has repeatedly stated that there is no such client list in Epstein's official criminal file, and that no additional names beyond those already charged or publicly known can be confirmed. But that statement hasn't stopped the skepticism. Survivors of Epstein's abuse have pleaded for more openness. Many feel the system failed them once already, in the infamous 2008 plea deal Epstein received in Florida. That deal, widely condemned as a miscarriage of justice, allowed Epstein to avoid serious prison time and shielded many of his associates from scrutiny. And now, many fear history is repeating itself. Bondi insists the Justice Department is committed to upholding the law and respecting the boundaries of closed investigations. She claims that releasing more records would violate privacy laws, compromise the rights of individuals not charged with crimes, and risk legal exposure for the department. But that legal reasoning hasn't quelled public outrage. Social media is ablaze. Activist groups have launched new petitions. High-profile attorneys are threatening lawsuits to force record disclosures. Members of Congress are calling for hearings, subpoenas, and a deeper probe into how the Epstein case has been handled. For Bondi, the heat is intensifying. She faces a delicate balance, protecting the integrity of her department, respecting the boundaries of legal protocol, and addressing the public's demands for transparency. It's a tightrope walk that few envy, and one that may define her legacy as